All right, good morning. It is day 31 of the Mountains to Sea Trail for me. And this morning I backtracked, or rehiked, whatever you want to call it, about a half mile. And once I crossed over Baptist Road, or at least the roadbed that is marked as Baptist Road on Google Maps, I crossed over it and I picked up this new, seemingly, section of trail, which is different than the current version of the MST Guide app. I think they'll get that dealt with pretty soon, because I'm going to send them my GPX file for yesterday and today. Anyways, came up beside the lake here, and it looks like I just picked up, oh yeah, there's the old trail. Not sure why they did the little reroute there, but I'm sure there was a reason. So I'm back on established trail now, and just kind of going to try and cruise along today. If I had a goal today, it is to minimize the amount of time that I spend hiking tomorrow, because the remnants of, oh gosh, what is it, Elsa? I think it's Tropical Storm Elsa, are going to be coming through tomorrow and dropping like over an inch of rain, supposedly. And I am just not looking for getting soaked, and it looks like it's going to be a soaking rain pretty much all day tomorrow, starting bright and early. So and I'm leaving the state park. There it is, state park boundary, and I am exiting. Alright, that was a rolling view area there that I was exiting. Alright, so I don't know how many miles I'm going to hike today. If it was, if I'm based on the MST Guide app, I'm 33 miles from the end. Based on the trail guide, I am like 37, 38 miles from the end. 32, 33. A little bit of extraordinary time in today, and I could get that. 38, I don't know. So I may have to hike in the rain some tomorrow, but we'll see how far I can go. I'm just going to keep on cruising and get as far as I can today. Maybe I'll figure out what those mileage differences are about too. Usually do.
What is up, guys? Today is July the 5th, and we are still at Holly Point Campground. Dropped Will off this morning, and now the girls and I are enjoying a nice afternoon at the swimming area here at Holly Point Campground. There they are. Absolutely beautiful day out on the lake. Seen quite a few boats and other assorted vehicles come by, and we look forward to picking up Will this evening for around 5 or 5:30. So we will see you then. Say hello, Peyton. Hello, Abigail.
Alright, I don't know what road this used to be, but pretty sure Jennifer showed me some kind of TV special where they had came down here and videoed some on this. I'm parallel to NC 98 right now, where it crosses over, or right before it crosses over Falls Lake, and just cruising along, trying to get in all the mileage I can get. Looks like something's been rooting around in there looking for food too. Reading the trail guide makes one more educated. This is old NC 98. It's kind of cool to cruise the old roadbed. I don't know the history of Falls Lake well enough, but I assume that there were some things that got covered up. It's very possible old 98 was one of those things, because it really does look like the highway just goes down into the lake. At least this one does. Which I'm going uphill away from the lake. Come out in these power line cuts. That reminds me just how hot it is out here. Probably every bit of high 80s, maybe a little over 90. And come back in the woods here and it just cools off, like feels like a 10 or 15 degree difference. I don't think I'd make it very long open hiking out in the sun. But fortunately, most of this trail is wooded, just like this. Alright, so super crazy goal. I'm trying to finish the Falls Lake Trail today. Apparently that's what it's called. I think I hiked all day yesterday without noticing that. I'm coming up on 20 miles so far today, and if I was to finish this trail, I think I would be getting up somewhere in the vicinity of 36 to 38. Yeah. Anyways, every mile I hike today is a mile I don't have to hike tomorrow, so I'm going to keep cruising until I think I've done too much damage to keep going to my feet. Took a couple of hard toe stubs on my left foot earlier. It's remarkable how small of a rock can cause a tremendous amount of pain. But you know, I feel like a couple of my toes are swelling up a little bit. I'll probably take some ibuprofen with the next break. I've been a couple of days without ibuprofen, so I was going to take some more sometime soon. Anyways, nice day out here. Water sources so far, I would say, gosh, the whole trail today. So basically rolling view all the way to the 98 crossing, about 20 miles east, trail wise anyways. There's one plenty of water. Streams, even though it's been dry, seems like a lot more of these streams have been down on bedrock and have some pretty decent looking clear water that I wouldn't be too afraid to drink. But I think the best find of the day is I went up to Shinleaf recreation area. It's like a little campground managed by the state parks, and It is, there's water right there. There's a pot wash is what they call it. It's got a spigot, and I filled up my water. I probably drank 2 liters already. Had about a liter left. Topped off there. Might be good to hike the rest of the day. We'll see. I kind of wish I'd dumped my water because the grape flavoring's getting really weak in it. But anyways. Gonna keep on moving and get as far as I can get. Alright, you are leaving Wake County Park property and entering NC Wildlife Resources Game Lands. Hunters may be encountered along this trail. Entering this area could result in possible serious injury or death. Hike at your own risk. Okay, y'all, stuff like that irritates me. Yes, entering a game land is potentially dangerous. However, it is only potentially dangerous if it is hunting season, which it is not hunting season most of the year. It's just irritating. Anyways, looks like typical Wake County kind of stuff, so sorry if any of you are in Wake County. Anyways, yeah, so I'm cruising along, just entered the, I think it's Blue Jay Point County Park, and make my way on through and by this thing and just keep on cruising. Did some calculating. If I continue at my current pace, I should finish before 10 o'clock tonight. And I also did some more studying, and looks like the rain is supposed to start in earnest 7 or 8 tomorrow morning. So I don't know, it's probably worth my time to go ahead and finish it tonight if my body will allow me to. Alright, one thing I'll say about this Falls Lake Trail is that the lake is ever present, seemingly. However, there's very little where you're actually down close enough to see the lake. In fact, a lot of places where I've wanted to see it, I've just had to kind of walk down from the trail. Sometimes there's little side trails that'll take you down there. Oh, gray squirrel. I've seen quite a few of those. Most commonly seen wildlife, except for maybe biting flies in these parts. But yeah. So I can hear the boats out there, or jet skis, whatever, chasing each other around and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, but it's a little bit harder to see them, so there you go. Oh, deer. Still seeing more deer than people. My people count is up to 5. My deer count is like 7 to 10 or so. So, at least on the trail. Seen a few more folks near the trail, like down at some of the little beachy areas. But, yeah, just cruising along here. And the last time I checked, MST guide said I had 14 miles to go. Sun is getting a little low there. I'm probably going to run out of daylight about an hour before I get there, if I'm able to keep hiking the whole way. And did a little math, it'd be something like 36.5 miles, again according to the MST Guide app. And my Gaia GPS based on what I've done so far, plus what MST Guide says I have left. It's put me at 36.5 total. That's a haul. That's about 10 miles more than I've ever done on my feet in a day before. And I don't know, figure 2,000 steps a mile, that's like a 70,000 step kind of day, maybe pushing 80,000. So my puppy's going to be tired, or dogs, depending on what you call your feet. Alright, so I think I'm almost to the end of the Blue Jay Point Park. Kind of a mix of trail in there. The MST is like this, but there where it overlapped with some of the Blue Jay Point Park trails, I got some wood chips. Those were nice and soft to walk on. This stuff is pretty hard and seems to be getting harder as I walk more on it. Not sure how that works, but and the bridges are numbered. Apparently this is bridge number 9 in the Blue Jay Point Park. And there's another water source that's moving and looks like I would be okay taking water out of it. So anyways, alright, so got to thinking about another little item here, and that is to get an idea of what segment 10 was going to be like. I watched the segment 10 video from Trailside Adventures, Austin over there doing that, and he's a better videographer than I am. But anyhow, as I can recall, he had kind of a wet, almost cold, muddy adventure when he did segment 10, and I think he ended up doing it in 2 parts because the mileage was kind of like longer than maybe he was expecting. I've kind of felt that some. I mean, it's so far my GPS has matched pretty well with what the trail guide says, the published trail guide that is, but seems like he ended up getting some extra miles, and he does more to video than I do, so that may have been some of his mileage gain there. I remember, my encountering some pretty hefty mud, if I'm thinking about this right. It's been a few months since I watched the video, but there as I was passing by Durham, I think I saw maybe some of the area where he was talking about it. It was so muddy it was almost impassable. And I've had a very different adventure. I guess it's because of the time of year that I'm doing this, but it's been pretty dry. And granted, it might not be this dry tomorrow. In fact, I could have a very different adventure if I was out on the trail tomorrow. I might even have no adventure because I could see things becoming impassable. I think it was, oh gosh, like Laurel Creek or something back there near the beginning of the day, where I looked at that, and it looked like during a high flow event there could be just a deluge of water flowing through there. And it's an unbridged crossing because it's so wide. It would take a gigantic bridge to get all the way across that thing. So I guess the moral of the story is, depending on what time of year you take on the Mountains to Sea Trail, you will get a different adventure. I could do this again, you know, right after hunting season, while it's still cold, and have a completely different experience. And there's some places, or even, you know, the fall, that would be different too. Might be able to get in, sneak in there before hunting season gets started in earnest. And I mean, some of the places are open. In fact, I think most of the trail is open, except for like the state game lands and like the Sartown Trail. And there's some other places where, you know, let's say proceed with caution, like that Hall River Trail. But in all actuality, most of the hunting occurs right at daybreak and right at dusk. So if you're hiking during hunting season, just make sure that you're not hiking right at the beginning or end of the day. Alright, I think that was people's number 6 and 7. That smells sewer. Nice. Anyways, I guess to finish up the thought about hunting or hiking during hunting season or whatever. Got that left foot again. Alright. Well, we got a water skier out there. So, bless my heart. Finish up the thought about hiking during hunting season. I've hiked the Uwaris several times when it was hunting season. I think I wore blaze orange, wasn't a problem. Rarely see a hunter, especially if you do what they or do what I said earlier, and you're just not hiking early in the morning or late in the evening. And I've been told that the Uwari National Forest is one of the most overhunted places in the state. Don't know that that's necessarily the case, but there you go. Alright, apparently all I have to do to find people is turn on the camera, and there'll be more, so I just got 8 and 9. Let's see, of the 9 people I've seen today on the trail, I think 6 of them were in this Blue Jay Park, so kind of tells you about how many people are out on the MST part. It's not within a park, at least on a weekday. Anyways, so yeah, if you go hiking during hunting season, you're not going to die. And that's, well, probably not going to die. Let me put that as a disclaimer. But there's a probably every time you do anything. So I think taking that calculated risk is probably pretty safe. It freaked me out a lot to start with, but generally I think those type of hunting accidents are really rare, especially if everybody involved is wearing blaze orange. Alright, sometimes you don't get a whole lot to tell you where to go in, but this is it, a little trail cut there, I think. And it threw me off because the blaze is up there, so I thought, oh, I must need to keep going further up, but then I checked the MST guide. It says to go down here. So let's see if this is the spot. Oh, well, apparently there's a cut down from over there too, either that or drainage one, I don't know. So yeah, who knows? I guess I could backtrack and find out, but there seemed to be a marking there pointing this spot out, so if they're trying to reroute, I have to sign it a little bit better till I keep going. Okay, so we are 1.2 miles from Bayleaf Church Road. Somebody lost some sunglasses. Alright, I saw some more signage coming out of the park that triggered me just a little bit, which is not only that they want you to leash your dog, which I get, but they have a number to report unleashed dogs. Okay, friends, I've got to say that there's a lot of dogs out there that need to be on a leash, and mine is one of them, because he doesn't listen real well, especially in his old age, and he can be kind of ill and kind of confrontational sometimes. But there are also a lot of dogs out there that do just fine off the leash. I met quite a few of them in my time hiking the MST, even in places where they say the dog should be leashed. A lot of dogs end up hiking off the leash on the MST, especially in the mountains. And I don't know, if you're a dog owner, you got a dog that's pretty docile, pretty loyal, pretty obedient, you're probably fine. You got a dog that's stubborn or mean or a little attack hound or something, you probably need to leash it. And I will not be calling the number unless your dog is attacking me. So you don't have to worry about me reporting you, comrade. Alright, I think we might have had some beaver activity going on here. I went back and looked at the trail guide, and it does say to follow the trail, follow the side shoulder all the way to the end of the guardrail. So I guess if I was better educated, I would have known to just keep going a little bit further. But that was definitely a heat of the moment thing, where I really just wanted to get off the side of Six Forks Road there. So, yeah, there you go. Another nice little stream here. Oh, I'll try to conclude this at the end of the day for sure, but I would say the westernmost 20 miles of the Falls Lake Trail are pretty dry. And then I would say that the easternmost 40 miles are probably going to have plenty of water sources for you. Now, I can't say that for sure because I've still got about 13-ish miles to hike before I get to the end. If anything changes, I'll let you know. Alright, I don't think I'll be filming any more walk-by shots today, just because I'm looking at like 10 o'clock finishing the night. Still got a few snacks. I was able to fill my water up. without filtering, because I stopped at the NC State Park office, which is kind of cool. Definitely had plenty of state park trucks out there that looked like they had never been put into service. Sure, they'll ship those off to far-flung corners of the state as the fleet vehicles die elsewhere. But according to the MST guide, I think the trail guide as well, printed trail guide from friends of the MST, that they have picnic tables, grills, and water. I think I scared up some deer. I don't see them, but I hear them. Anyways, sure enough, walked around the building and there's a hydrant there with a nice view of Falls Lake. So got my water filled up without having to do all the work of pumping it through the filter. And still plenty of water sources though if I needed to pump through the filter. And starting to cool off out here. I've been averaging around 2.9 miles per hour the whole day. Got up to 3 there for a little while and took a screenshot of it. Right around the 20-mile mark, I was able to get it up there. Pretty much I'm just skirting along within the, I guess, game lands mostly. Occasionally state park territory, right behind people's backyards. See the outline of quite a few houses, most of them very nice houses. As I made my way along here, looks like I'm coming up beside a road here as well. Heard a car, saw a car go by there. And trying to save my snacks for about 7:30. Not gonna eat a meal, not a supper meal anyways, until oh gosh, 10:30 after this. Oh yeah, and that reminds me of lunch today. That was pretty cool. Had to make my way down the point, but I was able to get there to eat lunch across the way from Holly Point swim area, where my girls and their cousins were out there swimming, and their grandma was there as well, so that was pretty cool. I got to wave at them, and for a little bit I would have swam across there to hang out with them a little bit, but unfortunately, with the goal being what it was for today, I did not have time to do so. All right, keep it moving. All right, it's probably coming up on 8 o'clock now. Pretty cool time of day to be walking. Definitely encountered a lot of wildlife. I'm definitely over 10 on the deer count now. Seen several bucks. Got some antlers starting to sprout out, and I'll give it to the state game land. They are certainly doing a good job managing it so that the deer like it and hang out here. It's been a while since I've walked into darkness, and that is the plan for tonight. In fact, I'm not sure I've ever hiked until it was completely dark. Had a lot of days backpacking where I've come up and it was almost dark when I stopped. Jogging the memory banks, I don't think I've done much, or I've never hiked into darkness like that. Now I was going outside at night, moved around. I'm pretty confident I can follow the trail in the dark, but yeah, new experience for me, and why not? It'll go well with all the other new experiences I've had on the MST. Found a nice little spot to sit down and, oh, there goes one. Found me a nice little spot to sit down and have a deer, that is, if you didn't see it. Have my last little bit of snack, and oh, I'm picking up the spider webs now. But yeah, just trying to cruise along here, finish up these last few miles. I think I'm maybe 6 or 7 out now. Be nice if it was less, but I don't think so. Beautiful sky. And I feel pretty confident it will not be pretty tomorrow at just about any point during the day. And when I'm walking on stuff that's hanging over, it would be dropping water in on my feet and legs. It makes me think it might just be a good decision to have gone ahead and finished up out here today. All right. Well, nothing to do but keep hiking. All right, so I made it last night. I only hiked like 5 or 6 miles after dark. Yeah, so the night hiking wasn't too bad. I only had one spot where I kind of got off the trail just a little bit, and that was just because the blaze wasn't great at a trail junction. Hiked into the trail race area there at the Falls Dam. That area is very, very well marked. Even at night it was pretty easy to follow the trail, and definitely gave me the impression of being very MST friendly. So my GPS said that I got 37.18, I believe it was, miles yesterday. And that was with me pausing at some places that I diverged from the trail, so I wouldn't pick that up. So I can send my GPX file into the MST guide creator. So, long story short, the trail guide, the written trail guide from the Friends of the MST, said that the distance I covered yesterday should have been 36.9. The MST guide app said 35.1. GPS said 37.18, and that's with me doubling back some and doing those walk-by shots. So I think the written guide is pretty much on point with my GPS. I actually am surprised that I don't feel super terrible today. My feet are definitely more sore than they normally would be, and it's a good thing that I have a day off today. Um, Went around and taken care of some issues that needed to be taken care of. Um, did some shopping earlier today, and I'm going to do some fixing stuff here around the camper that I haven't gotten around to today, and then get back at it tomorrow. I'll be on the bike for the next couple of days, maybe more than that. I'm going to be covering a lot of miles. It's pretty cool. I also got to see yesterday that I am past the halfway point mileage wise, so pretty neat stuff there. And today, day 32, won't have any hiking because I'm just chilling out instead of getting rained on. About the only outdoor walking I did today was walking the dog around the campground loop so he could take care of his business out there. And nearby got soaked doing that this morning too. But it looks like the storm is almost cleared off. So with that, we have day 31 and day 32 capped off, and currently on schedule, hoping to stay that way, if not a little bit ahead, and trying to make my way all the way through segment 11 tomorrow, and then part way through segment 12. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching.